because nothing beats good sportsmanship. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you stand. The privilege of this game was made possible by those who have fought and continue to fight for the freedoms we enjoy. Let us honor and respect their efforts in our country by gentlemen removing their caps and everyone standing at attention, placing their hands over their hearts as Haslett High School senior Patrick Harney leads us in our national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Patrick. Now let's read the starting lineup for tonight's game between the Panthers of DeWitt High School and the Vikings of Haslett High School. For DeWitt, number 10, Claudia Reed. For the Vikings, number 2, Andrea Stoliker. For DeWitt, number 22, Anna Stoll.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to today's matchup between the Haslett Vikings and the DeWitt Panthers. This is a district final game in Class A. Right now, the starting lineups are happening, so I'll let you listen in on those.
For the Vikings, number 5, Carson Tripp. For DeWitt, 34, Lexi Manizak. For the Vikings, number 11, Sarah Crosco. For DeWitt, number 42, Abby Knockmore. For the Vikings, number 22, Mackenzie Cook.
All right, I'm Andy Stam here alongside my partner, Griffin Fox. The lineups have been set, and we're ready to begin action. It's a huge matchup here at home, Griffin, for the Haslett Vikings, taking on arch rival DeWitt. Vikings have won 21 straight. What are you looking for in this one?
I'm excited to watch some of the top teams in the Class A. Haslett at home tonight, looking to watch them with their great defense and see how DeWitt does tonight on offense. Be a great matchup because Haslett will throw 3 or 4 different defenses a quarter at you. It'll be interesting to see how DeWitt reacts.
All right, we've got Mackenzie to Cook, Adriana Stoliker, McKenna Ott, Carson Tripp, and Sarah Trosco for Haslett. Hannah Stoll will take the tip for DeWitt up against Carson Tripp. Also on DeWitt's side is Sarah Reed, Abby Knackfor, Natalie Knopf, and Alexis Banizak. So we'll see how things shape out here. Haslett wins the tip, gets going early. Here's Odd up top of the key over to Stoliker. Trip into the lane. The left-handed scoop shot is off the backboard. Excuse me. Knopf pushing for DeWitt.
I think these teams are two very high-tempo teams. Interested to see how the fast break game goes tonight.
Here's Stoll. Shot from the corner is good. That's a two-pointer. 2-0 lead for DeWitt early on.
That's great ball movement by DeWitt early on.
able to get stolen open look. That's going to be big for DeWitt tonight. She needs to get going. Here's Trosco. One dribble pull-up is good. Ties game up at 2. 1 minute in here at Haslett High School.
Haslett with a very versatile offense. Able to pound in the post and also able to step out and shoot the 3.
Pressure D from Haslett leads to a deflection. DeWitt will take it out of bounds. Here's Reed on the wing. Back to Knopf, who sets it up top. Great atmosphere tonight, Griffin.
Absolutely, Andy. 2 huge rivals in the state of Michigan. What makes them even more interesting is 2 of these teams are some of the top teams in Class A.
Knackful were able to get it down low, but can't finish. Knopf wants a jumper from the elbow. That's off. DeWitt with another offensive board. Can't put it back in. Here's their 4th try on the possession. Deflected out of bounds. Hustle by DeCook. Scrum for the ball. Trosco picks it up. Tries to pass it. We got a foul, and it's going to be on. It's going to be on DeWitt. So great hustle by both teams there, and it leads to a Haslett possession.
DeWitt pounding the ball in the post early, fighting for rebounds.
Here's DeCook. Stoliker gets in the lane, kicks out to I, who'll try a 3. That's off the front rim. Here's Banaszak up ahead of the pack. Tries to find her teammate, a little too strong, and that'll be out of bounds to Haslett. A little too quick there for DeWitt. A little out of control.
DeWitt looking to push early. Let's see how they keep the transition up throughout the half.
Here's Ott. DeCook wants a triple off the back rim. Trosco in there fighting for the board. Got a scrum. DeWitt's got it on the floor. DeWitt looking to push. We got a 3-on-2 break. Stoliker with the great hustle, able to deflect it out of bounds and halt the forward motion of DeWitt. We got out of bounds here for DeWitt. Inbounds to Stoll, who pounds inside and lays it off the glass. Her 4th point already. DeCook tries a jump stop, but she's called for the walk.
DeCook, a very versatile player, very quick to the basket, but also has the ability to step out, hit behind the arc.
Moss, Palmer, and George check in for DeWitt.
With Haslett running this, seems like a 3-2 defense right now. I like to see them box out and rebound. Obviously, without being matched up, difficult to box out and get the rebound and get the ball moving.
Here's Palmer up top. Over to Moss. Back to Palmer. Moss kicks out to Palmer. Here's George, drives baseline, kick out for Reed. Pump fake, gets in the lane, gets it to Stoll. A little strong off the backboard. Looked to have a pretty open look there, could have knocked it down. Trip pushes, gets it to her point guard to Cook. Driving on Stoll. Stoliker wants a triple. Off the rim. Rebound to George for DeWitt. Haslett looking a little cold here to start. Perhaps some nerves here, biggest game of the season. Here's Palmer, back to Moss. Reed in the corner. Inside to Reed, and we've got a travel, picked up her pivot foot, so that'll be a turnover to Haslett.
Haslett has a great ability to run these zone defense with their absolute dominant length over other teams. A very tall girls basketball team.
DeCook's pass is picked off by Palmer. Misses the easy layup, though. That's unfortunate. She gets a steal. Back on Ott. Here comes Stoll. She has it stolen away by Stoliker. Has it looking to push now. You think they might want to slow it down here. Pretty hectic sequence there. Here's DeCook. Shield pulls up for 3 off the left rim. Haslett taking a lot of threes, missing a lot of threes early on. Here's Palmer over to Moss. Palmer with a good fake, able to get some penetration. Great cut by Moss all the way to the rack, and she's hacked. Couple free throw attempts here from Moss.
As of right now, Andy, it's been a high-intensity game, which you love to see with two big rivals.
In and out on the first free throw attempt from Moss. Knack for Banaszak and Knopf in for DeWitt. And Rich will check in at the point guard position for Mackenzie to cook. Moss will try another, knocks this one down. 5-2 advantage for the Panthers. DeWitt pressuring hard. Haslett able to break the press, set up their offense. Trip inside, she'll fakes the pull-up jumper. Kroner on the inside, able to knock it down off the glass. Great ball movement there for the Vikings. Cuts the lead to 1.
I think Haslett tonight should do their best to pound the ball in the post with their height. They have the better ability to get the ball to the basket.
Here's Banaszak, drives baseline. Long kick out to Palmer. Ball tipped. There's that length of Haslett. Ball stolen away. Here comes Stoliker. She'll try a long two, unable to hit. Right again. Ball saved by Banaszak. Here comes DeWitt. They're looking to push. Big hurry. Inside to, that was Knackford. Met a host of Haslett defenders. Setting that shot back. Here's Rich up top.
That post against the Haslett D is almost a danger zone with all that height and arms.
Tripp thought about it. She'll defer to her teammate, Ott. She drives inside. Pull-up jumper just inside the free throw line. Can't hit. Fight for the rebound. Rich is in there. As is Knopf, who comes away with it. She kicks out to Palmer. All the way to the rack. Again, met by that Haslett front line. Looks like we'll have an out of bounds here. That was going to be over and back, whatever she did there. So turnover to Haslett. Very fast-paced game so far. Not much scoring to show for it, Griffin. What's all that about?
Well, it seems like there's a lid on both baskets. I think both teams are tired out with this high intensity. I think both teams came out with jitters a little early. Looking to see if both teams will calm down.
Oh, that's a mistake there. Allison Rich catches the ball and immediately steps over the half-court line for an over and back. Trosco and Mowed in for Haslett. Haslett with 2 sophomores on the court right now. Unusual youth for a team that's won 21 straight. Kroner in there playing great defense again. Ball comes away to Haslett. Rich on the push, finds Trosco on the wing. Tripp thought about it. Kick out to Mowed. Here's Rich on the top. Rich all the way to the basket. Floater is off the backboard and in for 2. Here's Reed. Thought about a 3. She'll dish off to Stoll. Pull-up jumper is good. DeWitt regains a 1-point lead here. 35 seconds to go in the first.
Stoll having a great first quarter, scoring 6 already.
A lot of bodies hitting the floor tonight early, Griffin. Very intense game.
High
20 seconds to go.
Great atmosphere.
Tripp with a nifty spin move to play it in with the left hand off the glass.
That was impressive. Able to use her body, keep it under control, and get a great finish.
DeWitt with 5 seconds to go now. Need to get something going. Knopf will pull from 3. Knocks it down. Big shot there to end the first quarter. Gives DeWitt a 2-point lead. Very low-scoring game so far, at least for Haslett standards, as they have put up quite a few points. They scored 71 in the first game in the first district game against East Lansing. Another 65 against Okemos in the second district game. Only 8 in the first quarter here. We'll see if they can get back to their high-scoring ways. Other than that, what'd you like about DeWitt's play in the first quarter?
I think both ways. It's been a very high-intense game. I think as of right now, DeWitt's playing a more calm game. I think the winner of tonight is the team that will make the least amount of errors and who will remain calm throughout the night. Obviously, with the big atmosphere, the big rivalry, things are going to go wrong. So each team has to try to minimize the mistakes as much as possible.
Tell you folks, you can see on your screen right now how packed that side of the gym is. It's just the same on our side over here. It is full to the brim here for district final action. Winner of this game advances to the regional tournament.
These are the games you live for right here, folks. Just a great atmosphere playing your biggest rival in one of the biggest games of your season.
That regional will be held at Ann Arbor Huron. So the winner of this one will advance. Winner go home action here. Always makes it a little more interesting. Here's Moss. Tried to skip pass all the way to the corner, a little high and out of bounds.
Seems Haslett brought a 1-3-1 trap right there. Like I said, able to mix up their defenses.
Here's Rich. Up ahead to Moed. Drive and kick out to Trosco. From the corner, knocks it down. That's a long two. Ties the game at 10 here.
Great ball movement and vision by 12 Moed there. Able to find the open jumper for Trosco on the transition bucket.
Here's George from the corner. Can't find anything. Here's Rich. Ott wants a triple. Oh, just off the right rim. Bounces out to Maria Moss. She looks to push. Here's Palmer. Back over to Moss. Three-pointer for Moss is nothing but net. DeWitt heating up from behind the arc.
Great vision by number 10, Claudia Ross there, with the cross-court pass to Moss for the big three.
Right back at you, says McKenna Ott, who drives to the hole and lays it in for two. Here's Moss. Stoll hits another jumper from the corner. That's a two. Everything falling for DeWitt so far in this quarter.
It's all due to great ball movement. The DeWitt Panthers are moving the ball great, finding holes in the defense, and are hitting big jumpers early on.
Here's Ott, gets a screen. All the way to the rack and the foul. She'll have a chance at a three-point play. Looking to tie the ball game here at 15. Knopf and Knackford check in for DeWitt. DeCook in for Haslett. Ott's got one free throw attempt here. Knocks it down. Tied up at 15 here. Carson Tripp into the game for Maria Kroner. Looks like Haslett's putting their tallest player up at the top, or one of their tallest players, looking to wreak some havoc with that length.
Haslett back to a 1-2-2, looks like.
Knackford with a one dribble pull up, a little long. Ott comes down with it, looking to push. In a big hurry, slows it down. Back to DeCook. DeCook all the way inside, kicks it out. Trosco open from the corner. Little strong. Haslett still can't find anything from beyond the arc, and we've got a foul on Haslett. That'll be Mackenzie DeCook reaching in from behind. Her first. Relatively clean game here for both sides as far as fouls go. Only 4 combined. About 5:15 left to go in the first half. Here's Nakfor inside to Stoll. Stoll doing a lot of heavy lifting as she knocks down another 2.
Stoll at this point is able to find the soft spots in the defense, and her teammates are getting ball to her, and she's able to score.
She's hitting everything. Here's DeCook. She'll pull up, long jumper, out. DeWitt with the board, looking to push. Reed drives baseline, goes up with the left hand and finishes over Haslett's front court. Coach Courier of Haslett wants a 30-second timeout as DeWitt has built a 4-point lead here in the second quarter, 4:25 to go. These teams played twice in the regular season. Haslett winning both times.
DeWitt, as of right now, is just shredding the Haslett defense. Haslett unable to find a defense that kind of fits with them right now. They've run several defenses as of currently, and DeWitt has been able to shred each one. It's interesting to see what they come out with that after this timeout.
Famous saying, hard to beat a team 3 times.
Especially
maybe a little bit of that early here. Maybe a little of that early here for Haslett. Haslett ball, down 4. DeCook will bring it up. Hand off to Stoliker, who walked with it. Shuffled that pivot foot. There's one of those errors, Griffin, coming back to haunt Haslett here early.
Yeah, all due to Hazlett's stiff defense. They're pressuring the ball left and right, making it difficult for the Haslett ball handlers.
Here's Banaszak on the inside, out to Nakfor. Reed fakes the pass over to Nakfor. Here's Knopf. Stole another open jumper. If she's open, she's going to knock it down, Griffin. Hazlett's got to find a way to defend her. Here's Tripp. On the inside, she's fouled as she went up with the left hand for 2. She'll get 2 free throws here.
I think the X factor tonight is Tripp in the post. With her height, she has an advantage over any defender. I feel like the Haslett lady should try to get the ball in her as much as possible.
Knocks down the first free throw. Second one is good as well. Cuts the lead back to 4. Here's Stoll. Banaszak. Crowd here wants to travel. Not going to get it. Reed drives the lane, kicks out. Nakfor wants a triple. Way long. Rebound on the weak side to Trosco. A little bit of a mishap over there for Haslett. Ball is deflected out by DeWitt, so Haslett will retain possession.
Haslett is having some rough possessions as of right now. They seem confused, if anything.
Here's Mackenzie DeCook. Thought about the jumper. Trosco on the elbow. DeCook gets on the inside. Left-handed scoop shot. Can't find the bottom of the net. Carson deflects the ball. Rich back in for DeCook. DeCook struggled a little bit early here. Not able to find her range.
DeWitt's defense making it extremely difficult for Haslett to move the ball. The Haslett shooters and ball handlers seem just confused and very frustrated at this point in the game.
Reed thought about it. Gets inside. Knopf walked. Quite a bit of traveling here. You think this might be some sort of study abroad program. Oh, man, I'm sorry, folks. That was bad. It's got to be, what, third or fourth travel we've had here tonight.
High intense game. Ball handlers looking to move the ball quick. DeWitt's defense is not letting up at this point.
Here's Trosco. Inside the trip. She goes hard to the rack. Left-handed scoop shot is good. Second time she's been able to pull that one off tonight. Cuts the lead back to 2.
To advantage there.
Definitely. Here's Moss. Palmer, pump fake. Moss lines one up off the rim. Palmer able to get the offensive board. Lost it. Picked up by DeCook. Over to Ott. Haslett with a defensive stop. 1 minute and 40 seconds here to go. DeCook wants a triple. She knocks one down. Takes a spill as well, but no foul called. That'll give Haslett a 1-point lead.
Big position right there for Haslett. Let's see if they try to come back with another play just like that and try to get the momentum.
They've gotten the crowd back into it here on a 7-0 run. We've got a jump ball. Possession arrow to Haslett. Those are always close when they've got the hand on it just for a second there. Haslett was able to get their hand on that one just for a second and get the jump ball call, and they'll retain possession. Here's DeCook up top. Nearing a minute left here in the half. Haslett with a 1-point advantage. Tripp drives in. Ooh, not able to hit the jumper. 45 to go. Here's Reed. Stoliker hounding her. She'll pull up from the free throw line. Can't hit. Now we've got 24 to go. Haslett gets possession. Maybe looking to get one shot here.
Defense has stepped up on both sides for DeWitt.
DeCook will take it all the way to the rack and lay it in. Haslett extends their run to 8-0.
DeCook flashes her quickness right there with the easy bucket.
Make that 9-0 run for Haslett. 24-21, 4 to go. Palmer has to heave one up, blocked. Stoliker wants one from half court. Oh, that would have been the exclamation point on that run. Nonetheless, Haslett able to storm back from a 6-point deficit to take a 24-21 lead here at the end of the first half. We'll take a quick break here and we will rejoin action in about 10 minutes. All right, folks, welcome back. We are getting set to start second half action here at Haslett High School. Teams are warming up. Just about finished. We're about 30 seconds out from starting the second half. Griffin, you want to give us some score updates?
Top scorers for DeWitt right now: Stoll with 12, Moss with 4, Knopf with 3, and Reed with 2. For Haslett, the scoring a little more distributed. Top scorer Tripp with 6, Ott with 5, and DeCook also with 5. Trosco with 4, and Rich and Kroner follow up with both with 2.
Very good. So if you're DeWitt, you might want to look to get some more people in the scoring column, more balanced attack. Same starting 5 for DeWitt out there. Same goes for Haslett.
Andy, I think the goal for both these teams in the second half tonight is taking advantage of mistakes. Like I said earlier, it's going to be a game of mistakes with the atmosphere. Both teams need to take advantage and get easy buckets off other teams' mistakes.
Haslett used to causing a lot of turnovers throughout the year. Need to be able to do that in the second half. Not a whole lot of that in the first half. DeWitt was pretty good with the ball. See what they can do here. Here's Nakfor. Knopf. Nakfor again. Knopf again. Inside, Banaszak able to get great position. Swatted by McKenna Ott. Gets her own rebound. Tripp now wants a piece of the action. She gets a block. Ball out to Ott. She's in a big hurry down the floor. Hands off to her point guard to Cook. Tripp on the inside, turnaround. Bank shot is good for the lefty. 26-21, Haslett. 10-0 run going back to the second quarter.
Number 5, Carson Tripp, being a beast in the post tonight.
Stoll gets position on Trosco and goes up, is fouled. Much to the dismay of the Haslett faithful here tonight, but it looks like she did get her on the arm. Stoll looking to add on to her great night so far. Knocks it down. Off the rim on the second. Fight for the rebound. Nakfor tips it out. (26-22) Haslett. Minute in here in the third quarter. Ott gets inside position, and she walked. Another travel here.
Mistake there for Haslett. See if DeWitt answers the bucket on the other end.
Ball is battered away by Stoliker. Out of bounds to DeWitt, off of Tripp.
Haslett flashing that height. DeWitt with the inability to pass the ball over the top.
Here's Stoll. Nice crossover move. Gets inside. Can't finish the floater. Then knocks it out of Stoliker's hands, out of bounds. So Haslett with possession.
Number 10, Claudia Reed, being a ball hawk tonight, all over the ball handlers, up and down the court.
Stoliker pump fake, gets inside. Kick out, long two, off the rim. Haslett not able to get their outside shooting going tonight. Reach-in foul on Mackenzie DeCook, as DeWitt was in a big hurry the other way. Second foul here early on Haslett. Second on DeCook. Stoll wants a jumper, way long. DeCook and Knopf fight for the rebound. Knopf knocks it out of bounds, has a ball. Here's Ott. DeCook inside. She's bumped. We'll have a baseline out of bounds here. Looks like that foul will go on 22. Hannah stole her second. Don't want to see her get into foul trouble if you're DeWitt.
Not much ball move for Haslett opening this quarter.
Ott catches it off the baseline inbounds, and nice little mid-range jumper for two. 28-22 Haslett now. 5:30 to go here in the third quarter. Reed gets it inside, all the way to the rack, and she's fouled. Looks like that one will go on number 4, McKenna Ott. Second on Ott. Sarah Reed with a chance at the charity stripe here. Off the back rim and out on the first. Palmer, George, and Moss check in for DeWitt. Second is good. 5-point lead now for Haslett. DeWitt picking up full court a little bit here. Back off now. Here comes Ott. Crossover on Stoll. Gets inside over to Carson. Tripp. Knocks it down for two. 7-point advantage now for Haslett. 5 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Great play by number 4 Ott to carve the defense and find the open Viking.
Crowd trying to make their presence felt here at home. Palmer. Deep three, no good. Rebound out to Stoliker, and Ott's down now, left hand and in. 9-point lead, and DeWitt wants a full timeout. Wow, the fans are on their feet here. We've got a standing ovation for the Vikings as they have taken a 9-point lead.
Haslett right there taking advantage of the poor DeWitt offense, like I said earlier, taking advantage of mistakes. Haslett taking advantage and moving the ball well against seems like a slow DeWitt offense right now.
Maybe not the best shot selection there from Palmer. When you miss a three like that, it can lead to runouts for the other team, and Haslett had a 3-on-1 break there and was able to finish.
Absolutely. With a long rebound, Haslett grabs the ball quick, is able to push.
So after being down 21-16 in the second quarter, Haslett has stormed to a 32-23 advantage. That's a 16-2 run by my math.
I'm interested to see how DeWitt responds to this run by Haslett. They have the opportunity here to come back and fight or lay down and play dead.
DeWitt with possession. Here's Reed. Palmer pump fake, drives baseline. Out to Stoll, deflected by Sarah Trosco. Will stay DeWitt basketball. Baseline, or sideline out of bounds, excuse me. Reed gets inside, all the way to the rack. She's fouled. That one will go on number 5, Carson Tripp. Maybe could have given that to either Trosco or excuse me, Tripp or Ott, both in there. Foul goes to Tripp, her first. Back rim for Reed. Already 4 team fouls here for Haslett in the second half, only 3.5 in. Let's see if that comes back to haunt him, as DeWitt could be shooting a lot of free throws here. Knocks down the second. DeWitt picking up hard full court pressure here. DeCook picks up her dribble, finds Stoliker. Here's DeCook. Open jumper from the elbow, knocks it down. Extends the lead to 10, 34-24.
Great ball movement by Haslett right there, breaking the press and able to find the open jumper with DeCook.
Palmer lines up a wide open triple. She'll knock it down. Nice answer there from Palmer. Casey Palmer, a junior for DeWitt. DeCook finds Tripp. She'll line up a triple. Right back at you. She knocks down a 3. Back and forth these teams go. Very exciting here in the third quarter. Reed. Palmer wide open, lines one up. Oh, just off. That would have been exciting.
Tripp showing her versatility at this point. Early on, pounding the post, and now with the step back 3.
Reminds you of another number 5 in the area. Plays for Michigan State, maybe. Adrian Payne, I'm alluding to. Here's Stoliker up top. Not very good spacing right now. DeCook pulls up for 3. She knocks it down. As Haslett struggled from the outside in the first half, they've turned the heat on in the second half and taken a 13-point lead. DeWitt forced to call a 30-second TO here.
Haslett flashing that outside game. This young Haslett team is known for their ability to shoot behind the arc. And as of right now, they're hitting.
Make that a 24-6 run now for Haslett. Taking complete control of this game. We'll see if DeWitt has any fight left. Definitely not over.
For DeWitt, back for Goff.
DeWitt needs an answer right here. Haslett's starting to run away with this game.
Here's Palmer inside the Stoll. Haslett all over the passing lanes tonight. Reed with a deep 3, and she knocks it down. Wow, what a huge shot that was by Claudia Reed. That was looking to be NBA range there. 3-on-2 break now for Haslett. Trosco, deep 2 from the corner. She knocks it down, nothing but net. Two great teams here, Griffin, really starting to heat up. This is getting exciting. Reed on the inside, all the way back, up and in. That is an and-one opportunity for number 10, Claudia Reed. Junior for DeWitt has a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Number 10, Reed, takes advantage of the lazy defense right there and flashes to the hole.
Opportunity to cut it to single digits here. And she will. Rich and Kroner check in for Haslett. Also, number 12, Megan Mowat.
Number 12, Mowat, was called up from JV about halfway through the season. She's getting great minutes for the Vikings.
She's definitely played well down the stretch here for Haslett. See if she can keep it going here. Here's Rich. Full court pressure from DeWitt. Ball is thrown away by Haslett. DeWitt will take over. Sensing that momentum to start shifting a little bit now towards DeWitt. Haslett looking a little frazzled. See if DeWitt can capitalize here.
DeWitt absolutely needs to execute on this possession.
Got to have it in the hands of number 22 if you're DeWitt, or number 10, who's been playing really well as of late, number Claudia Reed. Throws it away there. Here comes Trosco. Pump fake gets, and she's called for the travel. Able to get her defender in the air, but she walks as she tries to drive through the hole. Haslett racking up some frequent flyer miles here tonight. Here's Reed. All the way inside, goes up, blocked by McKenna Ott, who collects it. Trosco on a run out. Mowat goes up with the left hand, can't hit. Kroner with the offensive board and puts it back in off the glass. 11-point advantage for Haslett, 1:30 to go here in the third quarter.
Kroner with a great play off the bench there, following up the missed layup to get an easy putback.
Here's Stoll guarded by Trosco. Gets to the rack, can't hit the floater. Ball is deflected away from Reed, who got the offensive board. On out for Haslett, looking to run. Jump stop, pull up, short on the jumper. Now here comes DeWitt right back at you. They're looking to run. Wild shot there by number 24, Bilbo, a recent addition. Frantic pace here, back and forth we go. Stolen away, and this one will be out of bounds off of Haslett. So we'll take a breather here, folks. What a rapid sequence there.
Sloppy offense up and down the court. Both teams turning the ball over in transition, making more mistakes.
Tripp and DeCook back in for Haslett. Here's Knopf up top, guarded by Rich. Knopf has it again inside. Banizak with a turnaround jumper, can't hit. Out of bounds, off DeWitt. Haslett will gain possession. Haslett able to get a big stop there, looking to maybe get one shot here and increase the lead even more. Maybe make it 13 or even 14. $15 seconds. We've got a reach-in foul here on 34. Banizak. 42 Nakflor, excuse me. Haslett will have it out of bounds. Baseline, yep. Tripp able to catch it above the DeWitt defense. Kicks out for Mowat, lines up a triple off the rim. Allison Rich with a strong offensive board. Tripp wants a triple from the top of the key, way short. And that's how the third quarter will end.
Haslett could have used that possession right there to carry momentum into the fourth quarter. Unable to score a bucket, though.
Well, let's see if DeWitt can pull off a miracle here with 0.3 of a second left. I wouldn't say it's likely. Or looks like they're going to put a full second on the clock here. Strike that, it's going to be 0.1 of a second. Lots of confusion here with the clock. There it is, 1 second is what they're looking for. So DeWitt will have a slight chance here to maybe get something going. And they'll throw it up, three-quarter court. No good. That's how the third quarter will come to an end. Haslett holding on to a 44-33 lead. 8 minutes to go here, Griffin. What does DeWitt have to do to win this game?
Kids pick up their defense like they played in the first half. Played great, hard defense in the first half, but now have open holes for Haslett to get some more easy buckets.
I think DeWitt needs to look for Stoll a little more. She was on fire in the first half, not doing a whole lot here in the second.
Really cooled down, didn't get as many touches as she did in the first half.
Yep. Might have been a focus of Hazlett's halftime talk after she dropped 12 in the first half. Coach Courier and the Haslett Vikings is looking for their 22nd straight victory. That would send them to the Ann Arbor Huron Regional Tournament. DeWitt looking to beat Haslett for the first time this season. Been a game of runs here. DeWitt went out, took a 21-16 lead. Haslett 16-2 run, and they have not relinquished that advantage they built. So we'll see if they can hold on to it here for 8 more minutes. Inside to Kroner, gets position, bobbles a dribble, and we've got it. She dribbles it out of bounds to DeWitt. Maybe got a little excited down there. Natalie Knopf for DeWitt. Hands off to Claudia Reed. And we got a reach-in foul here on Mackenzie DeCook. She may have taken a shot to the face.
Over-aggressive defense there by Haslett.
Looks to be a little shaken up. Six fouls now on Haslett. Could become an issue here, Griffin. Here's Banaszak. Finds Reed, thought about it. She'll go inside. Kick out to Banaszak. Drives to the rack. Floater with the left hand. No good. Rebound to Kroner. DeWitt picking up full court a little more, giving Haslett a little bit of trouble, but they were able to get by it. Here comes DeWitt now, big hurry, 4-on-2. They've got numbers. Reed pulls up from the elbow, can't hit. Gets her own rebound.
Great hustle there by number 10, Reed, to chase down her own rebound, keep the possession alive.
Here's Reed now. Inside, great post entry pass to Knackford, gets position. And we've got a foul on number 5, Carson Tripp. Maybe came down with the hands.
Great pump by number 42, Knackford, to draw the foul by getting the defender in the air.
Knackford will have 2 shots. Hits the first. Ott checks back in for Kroner. Both teams with their starting lineups out here in winning time. 6:45 to go. Off on the second free throw is Knackford. Here's McKenna Ott. Breaks the pressure. Troskell from the corner. Little off. Knackford with the board. Pushing ahead comes DeWitt. Here's that missed jumper. Leads to a breakout for DeWitt. And we'll have 2 shots here, as they'll call that a shooting foul. And Knopf will go to the line.
Great push by 32, Knopf, being that has a defense down the court, forcing the foul.
No, Griffin, I can't remember the last time Hannah Stoll touched the ball.
It's been too long for DeWitt, that's for sure.
Little development here. Mackenzie DeCook has the starting point guard, picks up her 4th foul, replaced by senior captain Allison Rich. Definitely good to have that depth at point guard position for situations like this where you need that ball handling ability. There's Rich now, fight for the ball, gets it ahead to Troskell, wide open in the open floor, lays it in with the right hand. 12-point lead for Haslett. So there's a 4-point swing right there. DeWitt misses both free throws, and Haslett able to get out on a run and knock down the deuce.
DeWitt needs to execute an offensive right here. They've been cold so far.
Knackford tried to go over Tripp's head. Not the best idea, as she went right into Tripp's hands. Nonetheless, DeWitt retains possession. Knopf has it now for DeWitt. Here's Banaszak. She knocks down a jumper from the elbow. 2-pointer, 46-36 Haslett. 5:45 left to play.
34 Banaszak with their first bucket of the night. A big bucket in that case.
Here's Rich now. Gets a screen. Finds Ott. Ott thought about it. Pump fake. Inside is fouled. She'll have 2 free throws. Number 42, Knackford, guilty.
Very physical game tonight, which you love to see with a big rival like this. Bodies all over the floor tonight.
A lot of heart out there. Seniors don't want to play their last game. Ott with 2 tries here. Oh, rims off on the first. That one looks pretty good, but spins out. George, Moss, and Palmer in for DeWitt. They've been using that rotation a lot, putting those 3 in together. Ott has 1 more free throw try. Knocks down the second, nothing but net. After the made free throw, DeWitt able to substitute Claudia Reed back into the game, replaces Banaszak. Moss now with the ball. Reed lines up a triple off. That would have been a big shot. Ball sails harmlessly out of bounds in favor of Haslett. Just over 5 to play here. Haslett hanging on to an 11-point lead.
DeWitt still bringing that press, trying to force more Haslett mistakes.
Rich demands the ball. Pump fake, Trosco. Pump fake for Ott. Pulls up from the free throw line. Can't hit. She hears it from the DeWitt student section. Crowd's getting into it here tonight too, Griffin. Both sides.
It's fun to watch, man. Great rivalry. Great fan base. It's a fun atmosphere.
Here's Palmer. Claudia Reed in the corner. Palmer lines one up. Bank shot is good. You know, Griffin, I don't know many banks that are open this late on a Friday, but that one was. Big shot, 8-point lead now for Haslett. Here's Ott, gets in the lane. Kick out, trip. Over to Stoliker. Ott in the post, little mismatch. Goes up with the left hand turnaround hook shot. Is good. Back to 10. Double-digit advantage for Haslett, under 4.
Great left hand by number 4, McKenna Ott. A lot of players these days forget to use that offhand.
Haslett is just not letting Hannah Stoll get the ball. She touches it now. See what she can do. Gets it in. You can tell she wants that ball in her hands. Misses the jumper, though. Big fight for the rebound. Allison Rich takes a hard spill. We'll get the foul call on DeWitt. Seems to be all right. Stoll picks up her third.
More bodies hitting the deck this game. Great intensity.
Ott will inbound. DeWitt still pressing hard. Looking to disrupt Haslett. Kick out to Trosco. Likes that corner jumper. Rolls out. Tripp with a strong offensive board. Goes up and is fouled. Here's where free throws become so important, Griffin. Crunch time here at Haslett High School. Carson Tripp, the sophomore, at the line. Nothing but net on the first. Clutch free throw. Timeout DeWitt. They call a full one. Haslett jumped out to an 11-point lead now.
As of right now, Carson Tripp leads the game in scoring with 14. Hoping to add another one with the second free throw.
Stoll has been held to only 1 point here in the second half, and I think she's played all of the second half, if not almost all. So very impressive job by Haslett in shutting her down. That's been very key here.
She's been cold, unable to touch the ball. Haslett defense really stepping up and shutting her down.
Teams break the huddle. We'll have Moss, Palmer, Knopf, Reed, and Stoll for DeWitt. Up against Rich, Stoliker, Tripp, Ott, and Trosco for Haslett. Tripp has one more. She knocks it down. Very clutch by the sophomore. 12-point lead for Haslett. 3 minutes to go.
DeWitt needs to find some sort of offense with 3 minutes left in this game. They need to get back in this.
They need a bucket bad. Stoll hounded by Sarah Trosco. Throws it away to Carson Tripp. Tripp on the run out. Ball stolen by Claudia Reed, a great defender. She's looking to push. Goes behind the back, finds Palmer, lines up a triple. She knocks it down. Huge shot by the junior, Casey Palmer. Cuts the lead to 9. Haslett able to break the press.
Number 14, Palmer, hot tonight. Her third three.
Haslett may be focusing a little bit on Stoll here in the second half, leading to open opportunities like that for Palmer.
DeWitt foul number 10, Reed, her first, team 6. From the Vikings, Cook.
As the end of the game nears, Haslett needs to hit all their free throws down the stretch to be able to finish this DeWitt Panther team off.
DeWitt reaches in on Allison Rich, but that was only their 6th team foul, so Haslett will have out of bounds here. DeCook back in for Haslett, replaces Rich. Inbounds to DeCook, she bobbles it, able to pick up her, recover the ball. Trip on the top. Foul on DeWitt, looks like Tripp will go to the line. 1 and 1 for the sophomore.
DeWitt foul 42, Nakfor, her third, team 7.
Nakfor guilty of the reach.
Shooting 1 and 1. For the Vikings, number 3, Allison Rich.
Rich checks in for DeCook. Looks like a little offense-defense here. Don't want DeCook to pick up her 5th foul on defense. Tripp knocks down the first. Ice in her veins. And the second. Back to 11 for Haslett.
DeWitt needs to cut this lead quick.
Palmer on the inside. Hounded by Ott and Tripp, and we've got a timeout DeWitt. DeWitt unable to get anything even close to the basket as Haslett plays tough defense here down the stretch.
Haslett has played some great defense here in the second half, making it extremely difficult for ball handlers, shooters, everyone.
Who do you look to get the ball to if you're DeWitt here?
I think right here, number 14 Palmer has been hitting from behind the arc. I think with the inability to get Stoll the ball, she's been cold as of recently, so I think your best bet is to hit 14 from behind the arc.
We'll see what DeWitt gets done here.
Number 10 Reed doing a great job driving and kicking tonight. Let's see if they get her the ball to kick out to 14.
Here's Knopf, gets it inside, left-handed scoop, hook shot, no good. Fight for the board. We've got a jump ball. Possession arrow will keep the ball with the Panthers. DeCook checks back in for Allison Rich. Allison Rich, not a great free throw shooter. Looking to get DeCook in there to play point. Reed takes a triple and can't hit. Reed out to rebound out to Trosco. She'll pull up. Reach in on Nakfor. So DeCook will go to the line. Nakfor's 4th. Some of these Haslett fans are starting to sense it. DeCook's got a 1-and-1 opportunity here. Junior. Knocks down the first. Nothing but net. Haslett looks very good on their free throws tonight. Could be very helpful if they do make a long tournament run. Another one. Knopf in a big hurry. DeWitt needs to score, and they need to score quickly. Doesn't have to be a triple. Palmer gets inside. Reach and foul on Staliker will send her to the line. And that's not what you want to do if you're Haslett.
14 Palmer, obviously the big three baller for DeWitt tonight. Let's see if it transfers to the free throw strike.
DeWitt now with an opportunity to put some points on the board without taking any time off the clock. Off on the first. Key miss there. Haslett now has a 3-on-2 break. Staliker thought about it. She'll pull it out. Haslett obviously looking to bleed clock here. DeWitt will foul. Haslett crowd is really starting to feel it now. 13-point lead. Minute 15 left.
A heady play by number 2, Staliker, to pull the ball out and force DeWitt to foul.
First, team 9, Cook shooting 1-on-1.
DeCook again hits a free throw. That's now 7 straight free throws here for Haslett in the crunch time. Last few minutes here. 4 from Tripp, now 3 from DeCook. Let's see if she can make it 8 straight. You know, Griffin, I think I jinxed her, but no matter. Able to get the offensive board, has it poked away by DeWitt. Knopf will try a triple. She'll knock it down. Sign of life here for DeWitt. Cuts the lead to 11. Still pressing full court. DeCook able to get the ball, gets it out, and we've got an offensive foul as Nakfor stood her ground and DeCook barreled over her. So now DeWitt able to get the ball back quickly, and that will be DeCook's 5th personal foul, and she will foul out here with under a minute to go. 54.5 here.
DeCook with a big 13 tonight. Played a heck of a game for the Vikings. DeWitt needs quick possessions resulting in points here.
There's Banaszak. Errant pass by DeWitt will send it to Haslett. Did not want that turnover there. Moss and Palmer check in for DeWitt. We've got a timeout for Haslett. .11 advantage, just under 45 seconds to play.
Andy, this game is far from over. 45 seconds seems pretty quick, but that is a long time in basketball. Number 32, Knopf, and number 14, Palmer, the hot hands for DeWitt right now. Let's see if they get more touches from behind the arc.
Story of the second half so far has got to be the shutdown of Hannah Stoll. DeWitt, she was on pace to put up 24. Only able to get to 13 so far here after scoring 12 in the first half.
That's been the key for DeWitt, or has it the second half, their ability to shut her down and play great defense all around.
That 11-point difference between the first half and the second half is the difference in the game right now. Haslett able to get it in. They're looking to run Trosco out ahead. Goes up for the layup, knocks it down. 13-point lead, 35 to go. Stoll drives in, has to go up with it. Someone's got to shoot it. Palmer will try. She'll knock down another. She is absolutely on fire right now. Cuts the lead to 10, 24.7.
Palmer's 4-3 as of right there.
I believe all, or maybe at least 3 of them coming in the second half. 10-point lead for Haslett. Teams break the huddle. Ready for the last 25 seconds here from Haslett High School. Class A District Final. Winner moves on to the Ann Arbor Huron region. Here's Ott. Inbounds to Staliker. Rich gets it. We've got a foul on DeWitt. 12 Moss picks up the foul.
18 seconds left. Haslett up by 10. See if they can clinch this game with these free throws right here.
Rich off on the first. Off on the second, gets her own offensive board, kicks it out to Stoliker. 14 to go, inside to Ott. Ball is thrown away by Haslett. That will not matter though. I can't really see DeWitt putting up 10 points in less than 10 seconds. Lily George checks in for DeWitt. Replaces the senior Banizak. Alexandria Bilbo checks in. Replaces the senior Natalie Knopf. Summer Ward checks in for Hannah Stoll, a senior as well. So DeWitt looking to get some final recognition for their seniors here, as they're going to, unfortunately, play the last game of their season. Haslett increases their winning streak to 22 straight games here at home. They will advance, and they will play in the Ann Arbor Regional Tournament. Haslett is your Class A district champion here from Haslett High School. Griffin, any last thoughts?
An impressive effort both ways tonight. Both teams up and down, bodies flying around on offense and defense. A great atmosphere for a great rivalry and a great game overall.
I think we'll have an award ceremony here for you folks, as Haslett will get their trophy and their medals. So a huge win for the Haslett Vikings at home.
It's always fun to watch two great teams play each other, especially two big rivals.
With so much on the line.
Especially two of the best, some of the best teams in Class A in the state of Michigan. So it's been a great run for both teams.
At this time, I'd like to direct your attention to the center of the court where Darren Ferguson, athletic director of Haslett High School, made the award presentation to the district's Class A champions, the Vikings of Haslett High School. First, number 3, Allison Rich. Number 10, Erica Williams. Number 12, Megan Bowen. Number 20, Shannon Sedlak. Number 23, Maria Cromer.